So you ask, why even attempt to raise a philanthropist? And your kids might ask, what is a philanthropist? Well, for your children, they should know that philanthropy is part of society and what adults do with their time and treasure all the time. Giving to nonprofits is something that adults are familiar with, and we feel as though it's never too early to introduce young people to philanthropy. Early exposure to the needs and methods that drive worldwide philanthropy is the first step to empowering teens to being part of the solution to ending poverty in their lifetimes. And with a youth activity like Global Philanthropy Leaders, youth can see every time they tap the lend button on the kiva.org platform and add their $25 to a crowdfunded loan, that their personal actions are an expression of God's love in the world. Our Global Philanthropy Leaders, who are anywhere between the ages of 14 and 18, between the grades of 9 and 12 in high school, they tell us that their learning gives them a new appreciation for the challenges of the poor and a new sense of empowerment over how crowd-funded microloans can help give people a chance to improve the lives of their families. Our youth learn that individual choices to make loans make a huge difference in lives of people around the world. Their investments have an impact on a person's ability to provide food and shelter and to make a very small business viable. Taking it a giant step further, in our church, funding these teens is something we have found to be a very powerful expression of faith on its own merit. It is a sign of trust and confidence that the adults in our community see our youth's ability to change the world in a whole new light. When you trust a teenager to make choices with someone else's money, it's a way of saying, we are confident in you. We have faith in you, and go be God's eyes, hands, and feet in the world. You are more than ready. When we think about how God entrusts us with what actually belongs to him, we recall Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30. Jesus tells the parable of a man going on a journey, summoning his slaves and entrusting his property to them. He gives one slave 10 talents, another 5 talents, and another 2. When he returns home, he sees that the good and trustworthy slaves have made his money work. He calls the slave with only 2 talents wicked and lazy, because he did not work in any way consistent with the priorities of the tireless master. In Global Philanthropy Leaders, we teach kids to put money to work in the ways that God finds valuable. This is a guided learning experience for young people who often come to the first meeting of the year with curiosity but little understanding of what philanthropy is. Throughout the year, teens learn little by little about what a microloan is and what it does and how they can make one. And through the experience, they tell us that helping the poor through microloans has completely transformed the way they see their place in the world. Parents encourage their children to check out Global Philanthropy Leaders for lots of reasons, and often because the program offers something that is not taught at school, how microloans can be part of a global solution. Teens join the group because it's something different. They see an opportunity to do good in the world and gain new skills and global awareness. Our teens leave the experience changed, bringing with them the mindset and belief that their small investments in the livelihoods of the poor can make a lasting impact on their quality of a person's life. Our teens also gain a new view of the daunting challenges that so many poor people around the world face, and how a small amount of money in the form of a loan can make it possible for an entrepreneur to get their business off the ground. We know that this experience is transformative. Students are enthusiastic to preach about it in church and write about it in their college essays. We see that rooted in faith, it's the beginning of a philanthropy identity that our teens will carry with them throughout their lifetime.